is alive for the world to see at Ridván.
The Festival of Ridván commemorates a dramatic event in religious history, the public declaration of the prophet-founder Baha'u'llah in a garden called Ridván, which means paradise. The Ridván festival is celebrated as the holiest and most significant Baha'i holy day, the day whereon the breezes of forgiveness were wafted over the entire creation.
جشن رضوان به یاد بوده واقعی بسیار بسیار مهمی در تاریخ ادیان برگزار شده. اظهار امر علنی بنیانگذار آیین بهایی حضرت بهاءالله در باغی به نام رضوان که در لغت به معنای باغ بهشت است. عید رضوان مقدسترین و بزرگترین اعیاد بهایی به شمار میاد، روزی که به فرموده حضرت حق نسائم رحمت بر عالم وزیدن گرفته است.
Gathered now at the mystic hour in the garden of Ridván, circling around his blessed tent in the garden of Ridván, and the nightingales sing, and the souls are on fire as the crimson-colored ark sets sail in the presence of the best beloved of the worlds in the garden Ridván. The fragrance of the rose is strong in the garden of Ridván. The friends are silent, struck with awe in the garden of Ridván, as the Ancient of Days lifts the myriad veils of light, and the new creation sings with joy in the presence of the best beloved of the world in the garden of Ridván. The Lord of names ascends his throne in the 12 days of Ridván, approaching now and quaff your fill in the garden of Ridván. Everlasting life from the hands of his grace bestowed upon all humankind in the presence of the best beloved of the world in the garden of Ridván.
Riding on a red roan, shows the winds that ferried across the river, accompanied by 3 of his sons, his scribe, and some others unknown to us. Baha'u'llah arrived at the garden on April 21st, 1863. The call of afternoon prayer was raised from the mosque, and the words, Allahu Akbar, God is the most great, reverberated through the garden as the King of Glory entered it. There Baha'u'llah appeared in the utmost joy, walking majestically in its avenue lined with flowers and trees. The fragrance of the roses and the singing of the nightingales created an atmosphere of beauty and enchantment.
The historian Nabil has left to posterity the most celebrated description of that historic time.
Every day, the hour of dawn, the gardeners would pick the roses which lined the 4 avenues of the garden, and would pile them in the center floor of his blessed tent. So great would be the heap that when his companions gathered to drink their morning tea in his presence, they would be unable to see each other across it. All these roses Baha'u'llah would, with his own hands, entrust to those whom he dismissed from his presence every morning to be delivered to his Arab friends and Persian friends in the city. One night, the 9th night of the waxing moon, I happened to be one of those who watched beside his blessed tent. As the hour of midnight approached, I saw him issue from his tent, pass by the places where some of his companions were sleeping, and begin to pace up and down the moonlit flower-bordered avenues of the garden. So loud was the singing of the nightingales on every side that only those who were near him could hear him speak distinctly. He continued to walk until, pausing in the midst of one of these avenues, he observed,
Consider these nightingales. So great is their love for these roses that sleepless from dusk till dawn they warble their melodies and commune with burning passion with the object of their adoration. How then can those who claim to be afire with the rose-like beauty of the beloved choose to sleep?
For 3 successive nights I watched and circled around his blessed tent. Every time I passed by the couch whereon he lay, I would find him wakeful. And every day from morn to eventide, I would see him ceaselessly engaged in conversing with the stream of visitors who kept flowing in from Baghdad.
In the celebrated Ridván tablet, Baha'u'llah describes his glory and majesty of his declaration.
The divine springtime is come, O most exalted pen, for the festival of the All-Merciful is fast approaching. Bestir thyself and magnify before the entire creation the name of God, and celebrate his praise in such wise that all created things may be regenerated and made new.
The day star of blissfulness shineth above the horizon of our name, the blissful. inasmuch as the kingdom of the name of God hath been adorned with the ornament of the name of thy Lord, the Creator of the heavens.
This is the day whereon naught can be seen except the splendors of the light that shineth from the face of thy Lord, the gracious, the most bountiful. Verily, we have caused every soul to expire by virtue of our irresistible and all-subduing sovereignty. We have then called into being a new creation as a token of our grace. Unto men, I am verily the all-bountiful, the Ancient of Days.
Arise and proclaim unto the entire creation the tidings that he who is the all-merciful hath directed his steps towards the Ridván and entered it. Guide then the people unto the garden of delight, from which God hath made the throne of his paradise. We have chosen thee to be our most mighty trumpet, whose blast is to signalize the resurrection of all mankind.
There hath appeared what hath never previously appeared. He who from everlasting hath concealed his face from the sight of creation is now come. All eyes are gladdened, for he whom none hath beheld, whose secret no one hath discovered, hath lifted the veil of glory and uncovered the countenance of beauty.
Within this paradise, and from the heights of its loftiest chambers, the maids of heaven cried out and shouted, "Rejoice, ye dwellers of the realms above! For the fingers of him who is the Ancient of Days, in the name of the all-glorious, the most great bell, in the midmost heart of the heavens, the hands of bounty have borne round the cup of everlasting life. Approach and quaff your fill. Drink with healthy relish, O ye that are the very incarnations of longing, ye who are the embodiments of vehement desire.
The best beloved is come. In his right hand is the sealed wine of his name. Happy is the man that turneth unto him, and drinketh his fill, and exclaimeth, Praise be to thee, O revealer of the signs of God, by the righteousness of the Almighty. Every hidden thing had been manifested through the power of truth. All the favors of God had been sent down as a token of his grace. The waters of everlasting life have, in their fullness, been proffered unto men. Every single cup had been borne round by the hand of the well-beloved. Draw near and tarry not, though it be for one short moment.
We
O ye dwellers in the highest paradise, proclaim unto the children of assurance that within the realms of holiness, nigh unto the celestial paradise, a new garden hath appeared, round which circle the denizens of the realm on high, and the immortal dwellers of the exalted paradise. Strive then, that ye may attain that station, that ye may unravel the mysteries of love from its windflowers, and learn the secret of divine and consummate wisdom from its eternal fruits. Solaced are the eyes of them that enter and abide therein.
O Son of Man, rejoice in the gladness of thine heart, that thou mayest be worthy to meet me and to mirror forth my beauty.
Para que yo te amé, si tú no me amas, mi amor jamás llegará a ti. De ser. Amame para que yo te ame. Si tú no me amas, mi amor jamás llegará a ti. Sábelo, siervo, eso dice Baha'u'llah en sus palabras divinas. If thou lovest me, turn away from thyself. If thou seekest my pleasure, regard not thine own, that thou mayest die in me, and that I may eternally live in thee. Thou lovest me, turn away from thyself.
If thou seekest my pleasure, regard not thine own, that thou mayest die in me, and I may eternally live in thee.
O Son of Being, ascribe not to any soul that which thou wouldest not have ascribed to thee, and say not that which thou dost not. This is my command unto thee. Dost thou now observe it?
ای مشتاق ملکوت ابها، اموال هم رخشان شده، دریای هم جوشان شده، وجه خدای تابان شده، خفاش ها پنهان شده، ابر کرم گریان شده، برق قدم خندان شده، گلشن فضای جان شده، پر از گل و ریحان شده، بلبل به صد الحان شده، بر روی گل حیران شده، مدوش و سرگردان شده، مست رخ جانان شده، مخمور و هم سکران شده، پر آه و پر افغان شده. ای واقف پنهان من، ای درد و ای درمان من، این جمع یاران توان، محو و پریشان توان، سرگرم و حیران توان، خسته ز هجران توان، مرده ز حرمان توان، یک پرتویی از روی خود، یک نفحه‌ای از کوی خود، بوی خوشی از موی خود، یک شمعی دلجوی خود.
In the Garden of Ridván, Baha'u'llah revealed new verses and teachings for the entire human race. He forbade the use of the sword. He said that no other manifestation of God would appear before 1,000 years. And he proclaimed the advent of a new day. Hearts were filled with joy during the days of the festival. Yet soon he would be exiled. Believers and unbelievers alike sobbed and lamented.
Mounted on his steed, a red roan stallion of the finest breed, and leaving behind him a bowing multitude of fervent admirers, he rode forth from Baghdad to Constantinople. Numerous were the heads which bowed to the dust at the feet of his horse and kissed its hoofs, and countless were those who pressed forward to embrace his stirrups. Baha'u'llah declares, He, God, it was who enabled me to depart out of the city, Baghdad, clothed with such majesty as none can fail to acknowledge.
O my friends, have ye forgotten that true and radiant morn, when in those hallowed and blessed surroundings ye were all gathered in my presence? beneath the shade of the tree of life, which is planted on the all-glorious paradise. Awestruck, he listened as I gave utterance to these three most holy words. O friends, prefer not your will to mine. Never desire that which I have not destined for you. And approach me not with lifeless hearts, defiled with worldly desires and cravings. Would ye but sanctify your souls, ye would at this present hour recall that place and those surroundings, and the truth of my utterance should be made evident unto all of you.